A police officer who had resigned his post over sexual harassment allegations actually ended up getting a new job investigating sexual assault allegations. I'm not kidding. Now, this is according to a report by WBUR. A University of Massachusetts Dartmouth police officer had resigned over an investigation into sexual harassment allegations against him in 2010, but was then later rehired as a school resource officer at the Blackstone-Millville Regional School District in the nearby town of Blackstone, where he was tasked with investigating reported sexual assault. Wow. So, what were the allegations? Get into details here. Officer David Loudon had given a 20-year-old college student a ride back to her dome in his police cruiser, then proceeded to give her a hug, and then went a little further and groped her breast. He then subsequently harassed her repeatedly with unwanted texts and phone calls, according to a campus police report. Disgusting. But as usual, it gets worse. Not with this specific officer, but with the fact that you have these officers that get busted on the job doing heinous things, illegal things, and then getting hired somewhere else. In fact, the report found more than a dozen current Massachusetts police officers who were previously fired or resigned from another department after a misconduct investigation, which include a police officer in Irving who was fired from the Massachusetts State Police after he was caught repeatedly driving drunk, a Rehoboth officer who left the Seekonk Force, after he was accused of domestic violence, and a Berlin police officer who lost his job in nearby Shrewsbury after allegedly posting vulgar messages on Facebook under someone else's name. So, again, police officers, they get busted doing things that normally would get you in trouble or arrested even, and then pop up somewhere else to do the same job. Wow. Look, obviously that's a big problem. The whole point of firing them isn't just like punishment. No, it's to protect the citizens that officer is supposed to be protecting. But then again, who is supposed to protect you from the protectors when the protectors are corrupt? When they're the ones that you need to be protected from? So, experts say, of course, that police officers can easily find new jobs because there is no national system for licensing or registering officers, making it very easy for police officers who are barred from working in one state to find work in another. Now, the remedy here is quite obvious. You need to fix that. Now, of course, the minute you suggest a national police registry, so you can just make sure that you don't hire someone who had gotten fired, for sex crimes or allegations of sexual assault, that you would hire them to investigate sex crimes in your own district. Oh, yeah, by the way, I can imagine that, interview, right? Oh, so you say you want to work in the sexual assault division, right? Or the crimes division. What experience do you have? Oh, trust me, I have a lot of experience on sexual assault, and I got lots of experience there. Yeah, firsthand experience. That is so incredibly messed up. But again, the moment that you suggest that we should have some sort of way to prevent this from happening, you get pushback from police unions, which is one of the only unions, by the way, in the country that I am not in favor of. Then you, of course, have thin blue line bootlickers, and of course, anti-cancel culture warriors who will come out in a blind rage. How dare you cancel this police officer for something he did in the past? Well, because putting people back into a position of power that they have shown themselves to, be willing to abuse in order to get something that they want, including sexual favors or, just be able to skirt laws that they themselves would arrest someone else for. Yeah, it's exactly the kind of government overreach none of us should be in favor of, apparently. No, look, if you want better police, then maybe we ought to adopt some standards. Very simple standards. And I understand that maybe a decent chunk of the police force would not meet those standards, would not be police officers these days. So look, I know it's tough for some people who have never been victimized to empathize with other people. But trust me, you wouldn't want people like this in positions of authority because who knows, maybe someday they'll come after you. And it sucks to have to sit there and make that kind of cynical argument for people who don't understand that there are some various big problems with policing in this country, and that a lot of it, well, maybe not a lot of it, but some of it might be solved by actually hiring better police and having some goddamn standards, and rules in place. Things like qualified immunity, ending that. Empathy is a hard thing, apparently, to teach. Maybe it's an impossible thing to teach. And in that case, that makes it more necessary for there to be strict rules and regulation in place to ensure that you at least hire officers that don't already have some sort of criminal or disciplinary record of, sexual assault, harassment, police brutality, excessive force, drinking on the job, all of that stuff. You wouldn't be able to get a normal job if you do this stuff. Why the hell should you be allowed to be a police officer? Insanity. Insanity. The fix is simple. National Police Registry right now. Get on it.